Appreciate your reporting there tonight. Well, let's bring in our panel of pro-life activists, the CEO and founder of And Then There Were None, Abby Johnson, and the Vice President of Communications for the Susan B. Anthony list, Mallory Quigley. Ladies, welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Abby, I'm going to start with you. How is this case different than previous cases that we've heard that the Supreme Court has ruled on?
Well, I mean, I think this is a little bit different. We're looking at now Roe and Casey. And I think that this is actually potentially upending both cases. And so this could change the landscape. I mean, for every state, we have more trigger bills now in the United States than at any other time. If Roe were to be overturned in the spring, if they actually do follow through with this, as we hope that they do, we're looking at possibly about 26 states that would make abortion illegal. So we're looking at very different times than we have before. And I think that there are more states with a vested interest now than we had before to actually do something at the state level or possibly enact their own state constitution to ban abortion.
Hey, Mallory, the Susan B. Anthony list, which you're affiliated with, has a couple new ads out. I want to play some of them or some clips for our audience.
Since Roe v. Wade was passed in 1973, we've made many advancements in modern medicine. The scientific data that Roe v. Wade was based upon is antiquated. I think that the law should reflect the science.
I love that ad because it's about getting people to understand how much has evolved since the early 1970s when it comes to technology and understanding of life and its viability. You've got another ad that talks about adoption. I want to just talk to us a little bit about how you guys have been messaging this case, because I have found it so excellent, the way that you guys have made it so real and personal.
Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that. I mean, what you and Abby have said is so right. So much has changed since the Roe versus Wade decision, and we've been focused on educating Americans to understand that because of the Supreme Court, states have been prevented from passing science-based laws that reflect the values of the people. And we've had so much change. In 1973, viability was considered 28 weeks. Now we're closer to 21, 22 weeks. Adoption has exploded. There is so many opportunities for moms to choose life and to allow parents to step in who really want to parent. And so, these ads we're hearing from doctors. We're hearing from doctors who have experience doing abortion, a young woman whose mother chose life for her. And we're trying to bring some compassion and just some calm reason to this debate, which has been so vitriolic. But Roe is the source of that vitriol because it has prevented people from acting through the will of their state legislators. What we're hoping with this case is that the court is going to finally take the handcuffs off the states and allow them to pass laws that reflect the values of the people that live there. Something like Mississippi's 15-week abortion ban. You heard it from the Chief Justice. That's actually really a moderate law that is in line with most of our Western European allies. Meanwhile, Roe has us stuck on a list with China and North Korea in extremely permissive abortion laws.
Yeah. I do want to bring in as well the founder and president of Live Action, Lila Rose, joining us. Lila, as we hear these oral arguments, we played a clip from Chief Justice Roberts there talking about the viability, and even hearing Mallory there talking about how it's changed. I want to pull up a picture that we have showing the difference of an ultrasound from 1973 to what it is now. We have 3D imaging. It seems like people are really pulling the science in here, something that we didn't necessarily see during Roe versus Wade. Talk to us about what we heard. We don't know a ruling, but do you have hope in from what you heard today? What can you tell us you think how they will rule?
Yeah, I think that it's clear from questions both from Justice Kavanaugh, questions from Justice Alito, that the standard of viability is an arbitrary one. It's ever changing because of medical advancements, but there's no good reason why a child before that arbitrary line of viability it shouldn't be in the state interest of a state to protect that child's life versus after the line of viability. And there was really no good argument presented by the pro-abortion attorneys arguing this case, working against Mississippi's 15-week ban. So I'm very hopeful, based on multiple questions from several of the justices that constitute a majority of the court, that they will uphold the 15-week abortion ban in Mississippi and deal real damage to the unjust and illogical precedent that Roe v. Wade and Casey v. Planned Parenthood have set. It's crystal clear. Human life begins before birth. It begins before viability, and these children deserve legal protection too.
Couldn't have said it better. Anyway, I appreciate it. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more to talk about in the coming weeks and months as this court looks at that case. Mallory, Lila, Abby, thank you all for joining us on this important day.